Okay, so today is day 14. Day 14 of the whole separation anxiety thing. We're pretty much, I don't even want to call it separation anxiety anymore. At this point, I'm kind of agreeing to the point that my kids are away and we're going to get them back, Lord willing. Two things happened. Two things happened, and my son was able to experience something that I wanted to teach him this, but I don't know how to teach him this, about how when they train you to do what's right completely, and then they could totally disregard everything. That's one of those things where it's like you have a scenario where you are faced with obeying what you're told to do, and then you have to, in a sense, even in the midst of that, continue to think, because sometimes the people that tell you what to do something, they're not of the same obligation that you think it is. You're thinking it's the gospel truth what they're telling you, right? So you're willing to follow and fall on your sword, right? Defending or fall by the sword, defending yourself exactly what they told you to do. Then later, the people who tell you what they're doing, their information switches up, and it's to them it's just a change of information, or it's a dial switch on the old TV set, So in a situation, what happens is like you're being told to do this one thing, and then after that, you're trained to do this one thing, and in the midst of everything, they switch you to do something else. And so the reason why I'm really getting giddy about that, because that's like the lesson I wanted my kids to learn. That's something that as a parent, you try to teach them that. Like, for example, you might have to change your mind on something, and they have to be able to switch out. But for when somebody else does it in the world where they're not your parents or not your child, you're not related directly to them, and you're forced to have to make a decision, that's something there where it's like, you are of the mindset like, I'm trained. So in terms of this is one of the goals I was hoping for that my kids would see. It's like, because we're trying to be very consistent in our parenting about like trying to tell kids when you do something, follow through. But sometimes you get information where you're told by your boss to do this one thing, and in the same email, the next email is cancel everything I just said, reprogram, and start again fresh, And then you're in a situation where you have to kind of like say, okay, I have to make sense of this. I have all these stories I'd love to tell you about that. I'll tell you what sometime on one of the days, but long story short, that was one. And the other thing too, like something happened to my daughter. She had gotten nicked her finger, and she was kind of nervous about that. So that's something there that she has to, any one of us, whenever you get injured on the job, you have to tell people right away. And that's another thing that I want them to learn, because you can't learn that at home. You talk to your parents when something goes wrong, but you have to deal with it in terms of being courageous and being just being strong. Those things are the kind of things that you just can't teach on a level at home. You have to teach that. Maybe you can, but this is the way it works outside where other people do it, and you have to learn. That's interesting there. So yeah, so we're at day 14, and this is day 14 of just being away from the family. My family being away, my kids are being away, coming back soon.